Say goodbye to the camp spot. It was a good night. It's time to go do Ophir Pass. This is the little town of Ophir. Another interesting place to live. It must be just summer homes because there's nothing else up here. Can you imagine being a kid growing up here though? How amazing of a childhood you'd have. I mean, I had a pretty good childhood, but this is a dream. Nothing for miles and miles in all directions except for amazing scenery and adventures to be had.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining me for the third and final episode of The Human Element. Today we start off riding Ophir Pass, then to Silverton for lunch, and after that we hit more of the Alpine Loop, where we finally meet the man who helped design the new Steady Stair logo, and we end in Lake City for dinner before heading back to Gunnison. We've got a lot going on today, so let's go.
Hey, Levon, look at that. There's a GS. Proof that you can do it, man. Splash! Go hang out in the shade and wait for Joe. Well, I'm just spectating the chaos that's happening down there. The red truck is a low clearance guy, and he can't figure out how to drive up on the hill. So my support truck is behind him, backing up, and trying to find a spot to let him by. Meanwhile, there's another Jeep behind him now, who's pressuring them, all because this guy in this stock pickup truck doesn't know how to drive up a hill. So I'm sitting here waiting for this to be resolved. This scene right here is exactly why I ride a motorcycle. Yes, it would be more comfortable in a truck. Yes, you can carry more things, but you get stuck and frustrated in these kind of situations. Whereas I just blew by all this and it was no factor. Hey, little squirrel. What's up, buddy? Look at him go. Little tail. Hey, little squirrel. You want some food? I have none, but I'll hold my hand out. Nope, there he goes. Ah, looks like they all finally passed that stupid truck. Oh well, it's a good break for me.
Stopped at the top of Ophir Pass for a few pictures and said hello to a few sightseers before heading down the eastern side. Other than the small traffic jam on the way up, going over the pass was quick and relatively easy. Despite being a fairly relaxed trail, the picturesque landscape maintained the standard we had grown accustomed to over the last few days.
done with Ophir Pass, and now we're gonna truck down to Silverton, get some lunch down there, and weather pending, this is blowing up pretty good, but weather pending, we're gonna head on up to Animas Forks. So we're just pulling into the town of Silverton now. It's a cool little, it's like an old mining town. We're gonna find some food. Brown Bag Cafe, Brown Bear Cafe. It all looks good. Any of those places look good to you?
Brown Bear Cafe.
I saw that one back there. We can go to that. Brown Bear Cafe. Alright, let's see if we can find some parking down there. Yep. This is my way. I cheat when I'm parking. Make him park somewhere. Alright. This is like the best way to park. I just found, like, you find somewhere and I park behind you.
Everyone's gotta have something. Yeah.
I will admit that I chickened out on filming during lunch. It was a little too awkward and I was too hungry, so I just enjoyed the meal instead. I promise I'll do better next time, but today, you'll just have to trust me when I say it hit the spot. After lunch, I had to do a little chain maintenance before heading up to the next set of mountain passes.
Alright, we got lunch. Headed out of town now. We're going to hit up Animas Forks. And then try and intercept the BDR and head east over to Lake City. Weather is sketchy, but looking doable. So we're going to see what happens and make the best of it. And it just got really dark. I'm going to get so wet again. This keeps happening on this trip. The body may be uncomfortable, but the soul is going to love it. So who wants to play a game? It's called Will I Outrun the Weather? Maybe. Tune in 5 minutes to find out if I do. Woo! Oh wow, look how crystal clear that is. Let's take some pictures and video here. That's awesome. That's a gorgeous lake. All the melt, there's a little waterfall going down into it. Such a pure blue. Hello. You don't seem too scared. Hello.
As we continued to crest each consecutive mountain pass, we started to assume we were done having new experiences on this trip, and we started to mentally prepare to head home tonight and tomorrow.
Well, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I love how these passes, you get to the top and it's just like, hey, we're back in the lower valley somewhere.
Yeah.
How far do you think we are from Gunnison?
We're 22 miles from Lake City right now.
Okay.
Lake City to Gunnison is probably an hour.
From Gunnison, it's about 4 hours home.
Okay. Well, I figure we'll get to Lake City. If you want to stop for a snack, we can, or we can press to Gunnison.
Yeah, we can stop and chill for a little bit, and then we'll move on.
All right.
But that's the funny thing about adventure. Just when you've seen everything you plan to see and start thinking about work on Monday, for better or worse, true adventure happens. Luckily this time, it was definitely for the better. As we reached the top of Cinnamon Pass, we ran into a group of riders who we'd crossed paths with several times in the previous days. This time, we just happened to be taking a break at the same time in the same spot, and the conversation began immediately. It was like running into old friends. We talked about gear, bikes, travels, and just had a conversation. It was a great experience just getting to know other people with similar interests. We learned that this particular group was a father and his 2 sons on a riding trip, and what's more, one of them had seen my previous videos on YouTube. Just another common point among strangers that made this encounter even more fun.
Yeah. If you're off camera anything, it wants to slide down it. Yeah, it's freaking awesome.
After over 30 minutes of storytelling, we said our goodbyes, or at least what we thought was goodbye, and started down the mountain towards Lake City. There was no plan to ride together, but there is only one road to Lake City, and so we all set off in the same direction. Inevitably, some friendly riding shenanigans broke out on our way down the mountain.
Oh cool, they're going this direction. I'm gonna have to ride with them a little bit. Keep the pace up. Oh, I just missed it. Nice. Oh shit. Oh. That's a good line. I hope you watch this video, and I hope you get to see that, because that was awesome.
After having such a great ride down the pass, especially after Joe soaked RJ with a tidal wave style puddle crossing, we decided we had to buy these guys a beer. We rode and trailed the whole way down the pass and into Lake City. When we arrived in town and asked if we could get a round of drinks, RJ graciously offered to buy the first round. We talked for quite a while and found we had more in common than before. RJ is a professional in the film industry and even offered to help designing my channel's logo. Unfortunately, Joe and I were on a deadline to get back, or the conversation may have turned into several more days of riding. Still, we had a great time, and RJ, if you're watching this, I hope we get to ride again soon. So my closing thoughts about this ride are, it's not just about where you go in life, but who you get to share it with. It could be anyone, but experiences are just that much sweeter when someone else gets to be a part of it with you. I encourage you all to not only get out and ride, but take a minute and talk to someone you would normally not have. Everyone has a different story, and if you get to know them, they might just add something to your adventure in a way that you never could have planned for. Once again, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the adventure. As always, please subscribe and share my video with your friends. As I've said before, I'm not in this for the money. I just like to share my story in hopes that I'll make another friend on a remote mountaintop and in turn have more stories to tell. So until next time, steady stare out.